Ciaran, first of all, your reflections on last weekend's cup final. Very unlucky in the end not to at least take it to penalties.
Yeah, we did okay. Certainly second half. I mean, higher team, higher opposition, different level. I think that showed at times, but I always said that we wanted to stay in the game as much as possible. We went down 1-0. Obviously, I didn't feel we'd started the game well, but we readdressed things at half time. And that's always going to happen against different types of opposition, so it's all about that moment at half time gives us a chance to regroup and to consider what we're going to try and do to build a strategy to go out second half. I said I wanted a good start, and I thought I got a really, really good start in the second half. We were on the front foot right from the word go. Created a chance, and I thought, okay, that's really, really good, really positive for the girls, they can kick them on. I thought we did really, really well overall second half. I think we were unfortunate to lose and concede right at the, I think it was the 94th minute. I think if we'd got it to penalties, we would have fancied ourselves, and it wouldn't have been an unfair reflection overall. Although we do know at times that they have different levels, and that just spurs us on and encourages us to try and aspire to that. Obviously they've been relegated from that level, but they've had that season, that grinding of playing against higher opposition. But that just shows us the scope of development that's required to be able to get up to those levels, and not just for us to be ambitious to get into the next tier, but to actually maintain and sustain and kick on again, which are completely different levels of challenges. So the weekend really offered a lot of learning for us, but I think I said at the time that I was really proud of the commitment and effort of the girls so far since we've come in the building in November. Progressed immeasurably over a short space of time. To be able to go and compete in an arena like that and take it to the 94th minute is a real testament to the work that everybody's done.
There's been a lot of heart that the team can take from what you've done over the last few months, in particular against the top teams in this division, what they produced on Sunday in that game, to give them heart going into next season.
Yeah, it should do. I am a bit of a realist as well. I think there's been times when we played well, haven't got results, maybe not done so well and got results. I suppose that is, the sign of a team that's progressing and trying to do things in the right way, and maybe not getting just rewards and maybe leading a little bit of luck. But I think too, in terms of results and in terms of sort of levels of the types of games we've played, when we've gone and kind of beat Barnsley, and we're playing them this weekend. Beaten Hull, who have since gone on to win, and I said that on the night that they were probably favourites to go on to do that. Went down to Loughborough in a behind closed doors game, who are up there to get promoted as well, and for us to perform in all those games and get results is really encouraging. I'm under no illusion that year on year, with anything, I suppose the challenges become more and more difficult, and the standard increases, and the resources that are required have to be addressed and improved, across all clubs to be able to compete and stay. And I've always said that we're in a period now where the game is growing, and we have to be able to put ourselves in the hat of all those teams that are trying to strive to do more and kind of ride this wave of where the game's going at this moment in time, however long that may be. So there's been a lot of discussions around how we want to structure what we do next year. Where's that pathway for the younger players, really moving through the gears with the club that they probably haven't seen, and trying to create an environment of high performance and high standards, and raise that bar really. To say that we have come in and been able to get the group believing that they can compete and get results against, arguably people would say teams that are better than us, certainly when we look at the tables, is great for our confidence. But the problem with the game is, and maybe players need to understand this, I can because I've been through it, is that you're only as good as your last game, and you're always judged, and it's a really hard industry to be in. It's quite ruthless at times. and you have to continually try and maintain a balance to focus on taking each day as it comes, each challenge as it comes, each week, each game, and try and continue to perform. And that's really, really hard to do. It can be stressful. It can cause drops in confidence, peaks and troughs in performance. And we have to try and create an environment where, when we do have those times where we're not necessarily struggling, but we have times where we need to really dig in and dig deep, we've got the capabilities to do that. And those are sorts of the things that we as a group want to be instilling in the girls from now until the future, future careers for them, at whatever levels they may be. So it gives us good confidence of where we're at. We're under no illusions of the challenges that are ahead. Certainly next season is a completely different season. Everybody starts on the same points, and it's 11v11, and we just have to make sure that when we need to step up the gears, we have that ability to do that. So challenging times ahead, but exciting as well.
How pleased have you been with the players that have joined you late on in the season, Meg, Tanaka, and the contribution that they made?
Yeah, well, I think everybody's stepped up a level. I think that's been really noticeable. A lot of people have commented that to me, who've maybe been here before, and have seen that players have really stepped up where they want to be, whether that's because of the environment we've created, or kind of my ambitions as a manager of where I want to take this club with the support of everybody. But make no mistake, we are here to do something special, and we need everybody pulling in the right direction to be able to do that. But it's nice, it's certainly been nice in different ways, sort of, individually for the girls who have come in and been able to perform, but also the fact that they've been able to do it in an environment where, they've been allowed to do that. So there's kind of pros for both the girls who have come in and the girls who are here, to be able to create those environments for new players to be integrated quite easily and to feel part of it. I think you only have to look at some of the celebrations of the goals that Meg has scored to see that it's a collective group. So there's a lot of positives to take from that. I'm quite proud of us having that. But again, under no illusions that it's a competitive environment that we've got that can be unnerving for people, and we just have to keep pushing the boundaries as much as we possibly can.
Buttons up next time. We know they've been up back there all season. Another tough test to see out the season. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it's the last game, but it's a game that we want to go and win. It'll be a tough game. Yes, they've fallen off sort of in the back end of the season. I know there's been a change of management. They'll be invigorated by that, I'm pretty sure, and the fact that we beat them in the last game, they'll be wanting to win. So again, we prepare in the same way as we do. We make sure that we're ready when the whistle goes, that we can go and compete. We hope that we have the capabilities to be able to have good moments and produce in those moments. And hopefully finish the season on a grounding that allows us to kick on again in the off season and in the pre-season, and then into what will be a challenging new season ahead. I'm really looking forward to the challenge. I always like the game day where we can really test ourselves, because that's really the true test of where we're at. Yes, we create a competitive environment in training, but when you get to the game day and you get to that real business end of things, it's always good for us to be able to see who's stepping up to the challenge and who needs more support. But like I said, it's very competitive now, and that is, I get the feeling that we've created a culture and environment here now where it feels like it's a winning place because of that competitiveness, if that makes sense. If it feels like it's too easy, then we're not really pushing it as much as we should be.
We'll no doubt reflect on the season after this game, but it feels like it's flown by since you came in November to get to this point where we're now at the last game of the season. Yeah,
I mean, mid-November it was. I went to watch the rugby game, officially taken over the week after, where they actually performed quite well against tough opposition. But if I truly reflect on where we are now to where we were then, it's been a major shift. It really has, and probably I dismiss that a little bit because I'm quite kind of, this is what we do, you know, it's the environments I've worked in before, I've, you know, played at professional elite level, and it's a standard practice for me. But maybe reflecting on at the end of the season, we'll probably just understand what a big achievement this has been. I think I said after the cup final how proud I was of how everybody's embraced that. I'm not saying it's been plain sailing, and it will probably never be plain sailing because of the nature of the industry, but I can't discount kind of where we've come in a relatively short space of time. If you imagine what needed to be done and the fact that we're part-time as an outfit, to go, what I would say, from here to here in various ways, is a major achievement by everybody. Yes, at the forefront, it's my vision and ideas, but it just requires so much hard work from a lot of people, the players themselves, to embrace the challenges and step out of their comfort zone, which is something they probably didn't sign up for at the start of the season. So for them to be able to do that, I'm very thankful. The staff, to be able to come in, week out, and want to create, you know, an environment that's high performing and embrace the challenges, and, you know, sometimes embrace my crazy ideas on what we want to do with the game, how we want to play and things like that. So I've been very fortunate that people have bought into it. I'd like to think that they've seen that I'm someone who's authentic and obviously has got good credibility in the game. Haven't been involved in a professional level for kind of over 25 years now, but that's not the same as people buying into it. You have to be a certain way for people to buy into things. You can't just come in on those credentials alone. They've got to believe what you're saying. So, you know, personally, I, behind closed doors, take a lot of pride from a lot of things that I discuss with people in my close circle of the achievements. I don't really need to discuss it externally with people. You know, I don't need to do that. It's not what I'm here for. But there's certainly been a lot that I'll look back on and say, oh, wow, that was pretty decent.